It's been good. It's been good. We've been working hard. We just finished strongman before we came back, and that was fun. That was very challenging for us, but we got through it. But yeah, we just got back yesterday. Got back in the workout. So yeah, it's been a good summer.
What is strongman?
It's basically like a army, something they would do in the army. That's what I would say. It's very, very difficult, very challenging, and it's about who's the strongest man. And I think that we got better this summer from that.
I guess is it crawling through the dirt or
It's like flipping tires, pushing trucks, and pulling a lot of weight, and really just exhausting yourself. Yeah.
who's the strongest guy?
It was PJ this year. Yeah.
The way last season ended, did that give a little bit more bite to the summer workouts for you guys?
I would say it did. I think that the way it ended, the people that came back from that team were definitely driven and hungry to get better this year and this summer, and improve on the things that we need to improve on.
As you look back to your point guard last year, what are some of the sort of lessons you've learned, like I guess the physical toll that might have taken on you?
Yeah.
Just sort of elaborate on that.
Yeah, for sure. I think that the biggest lesson I learned from last year was my conditioning. I think that this summer that's something that I worked on, tremendously, just making sure that I'm in the best shape as possible, and working on my shot a little more, working on my ball handling, and but the main thing for me was conditioning this summer, just making sure that I'm in the best shape to be able to compete as hard as I did in the first quarter or the first half, same as the second half. So that was the main thing for me this summer.
I guess how did you feel during the second half of the season last year? Did you feel kind of sluggish?
I mean, I wouldn't say that I was sluggish, but I just know that there was an extra step or extra, something that I had in me that, I can give a little more out there. And I think that, I was watching players like Steph Curry, they say his conditioning is the best. And I think that that's where I want to be able to get. Yeah.
I guess just with the way the season ended, does that make you reflect on that and make you feel like if I had just a little bit extra, maybe things could have been different?
Yeah, I would say so. I would think that, me being in better shape could have definitely been a deciding factor in some plays and things like that. So, yeah.
I guess in addition to that kind of conditioning stuff, just what goals do you have for yourself going into this season?
Just be a great leader, be a great teammate, and just make everybody around me better. I think that, just piggybacking off of last year, I think main goal for me is just make my teammates better and just be the best teammate I could be.
Are you guys excited about the expectations that are going to be kind of placed on you guys after last year and bringing a lot of guys back, good recruiting class, all that stuff?
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to play. I think that, then looking at the schedule we have, we're excited to play some of those big teams. And I think that, with the team we have, we got a lot of talented guys, a lot of personnel that can do different things. And I think that, we've been working hard this summer, and it's gonna pay off.
Chase, who's impressed you with their transformation this summer?
Let me see. I'll probably say RJ Godfrey. I was in the gym with him yesterday working out, and his shot looked 10 times better than it did last year. And we actually did a conditioning segment this morning, and he was leading it for some of it. And I think that he's been working hard this summer on his game.
You said PJ was the strongest.
Uh-huh.
Like to see a fully healthy PJ for the first time in a long time.
Man, it was great. I think that, he's one of those players that just gives it his all every time. And I think that, this summer he's been 100% healthy, and he's been driven. And, this is probably the best PJ that I've seen since I've been here, since his freshman year. And I think that, if he keeps this up, he's going to be an awesome player this year for sure.
I guess what's different about him when you reflect back to the beginning of last season and where he was to where he is now? Like, what can you see about before that's
Just the way that he's moving. He's moving differently. He's more sure about what he's doing out there. He's not like timid with some moves. And even, like I said about RJ, PJ was in front of the conditioning with us too, running with the guards. That just goes to show how hard he's been working this summer and how healthy he is. Yep.
I guess what is Joseph Girard added to this team?
Just another guard that can, do a lot of things. And I think that he'll help me by taking some pressure off of bringing the ball up the court and different things like that. I won't have too much pressure on me as far as just being the main ball handler. He can shoot the lights out, and he's just a great player overall.
So are there any similarities you feel like between him and Brevin last year? Was he a better shooter than him?
That's a tough question. I don't want to put him over Brad, but he's definitely he's shown it in his 4 or 5 years playing in ACC that he's one of the best shooters in ACC. But I would say the biggest difference between them is that he can dribble a little more. He can create for himself, and he can pass. He can pass very well. Like, I've been playing a 2 a little bit with him playing a 1, and he's finding me for open shots. I think that's the biggest difference between him and Brevin is he can create for himself and create for others.
How was he adjusted to playing defense? Totally different ball.
For sure. Coach Barnell's been on him all summer about that, and I think that he's locked in on it, and he's wanted the challenge, and he's taking the challenge because sometimes he's guarding me on defense. We're on different teams. He's a competitor, so I think that won't really affect him that much. He likes to compete, so he'll be ready for it.
What do you recall about competing against him in the ACC versus what you're seeing now that he's on your team?
I would say that he's really the same as when I played against him. He's still, he really doesn't talk as much as far as trash talking or anything like that. But, I remember when I was guarding him, I had to face guard him the whole game. I couldn't even let him touch the ball because that's how good of a player he is. And I think that him bringing that to our team is going to be huge.
Do you feel like this is possibly the most complete team you guys have had since you've been here?
Yeah, I would say either this team or my 10th grade year where it was Clyde Trapp, John Newman, Amir Sims, PJ, all of them. But I think this team has more shooting than that team, and I think that that's something that's going to take us very far this year.
Any more questions for Chase or Pete? Matt, do you have anything on Zoom?
Chase, just real quick, I guess, how much are you and Joe kind of splitting the 1 and the 2? I know it's really early right now, but just kind of how are y'all dividing that up?
I don't think it's like I don't have a set time or place where we play the 1 or 2. It's just like, shoot, whoever's there, just bring it up, or, but I think majority of the ball handling is going to be from me, but I think that, it's not going to be just, Chase, go get the ball. It's going to be like, okay, Joe can bring it up, or I can bring it up. So I think that's the difference.
Cool, thanks.
Oh.
Hey, Chase, it's Pete Yakubelli from the AP. We talked a little bit about Joe. What was it like getting to know some of these other newcomers and how they fit in to what you guys want to do next season?
Yeah, it was good. I think that, Joe, Jack, Boss, they're all good people before I even talk about players. They're good people overall. And, I think they fit in well. I think the biggest thing for them is the defensive part because, the places they came from, they really didn't play as hard defensively as we do. And, over the summer it was kind of challenging for them, but they stuck with it and they competed, with us. And, it's been good to be with them this summer.